4 promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top. Yeah.
Hey, welcome back to the Fantasy Football Plug with your host, Scott Fenner. Today we're going to be talking about if Patrick Mahomes is going to play this weekend. Not this weekend, but for the Super Bowl. And I'm going to say right off bat, I don't know. I think he will. There is a good chance he will. But let's get into this. So, a typical high ankle sprain for just anybody in the NFL is typically going to put them out for about a month. They're going to go on IR, or like short-term IR, or they are going to just actually play, like Mahomes did. He decided to tough it out. You saw during the game before the AFC Championship when he initially hurt his ankle, he was hobbling on it, came out of the game for a play or two. Chad Henne came in, looked pretty good. But Mahomes ended up coming back in and played on adrenaline. Then ended up playing in the AFC Championship after he was initially given, the initial injury, you are going to look at about a month for a high ankle sprain. But the doctors said they were going to be right around 3 weeks. So the fact that he was able to get out there 1 week later is pretty incredible. He gave all the credit to his trainer named Julie Freimeyer. He tweeted a quote out. He said, "Julie was the reason I was the guy. I was on the field today. It takes everyone, but she led the charge all week. Now let's get Super Bowl ready." So, to me, that says Mahomes, in his mind, he's playing. Like, he is going to play. It's just, where is he going to be at when he's playing? Is he going to be at, still at... So, initially, after he got hurt from the first time he got hurt, so a couple weeks ago, or like 9 days ago now, the fantasy doctors said he was right around, they projected him to be right around 65%. So, him being 3 weeks ideal to get to, 100%, I guess, but probably more like 4 weeks if you're looking at it. But optimistically, I think they were projecting somewhere right around 3 weeks. So my guess is he will not be 100% by the time that he ends up playing in the Super Bowl. He's got 2 weeks, or 2 weeks from this past game, so he's got now, 13 days or so, 12 days, but my guess is yesterday, after he hurt his ankle, he wasn't doing much. He was resting it up, because, I've had similar injuries myself. I don't know how bad his was, but you hurt your ankle and you can play, you can get that adrenaline, you can kind of keep going. Next day it might puff up a little bit, might not. I'm guessing they're keeping his foot elevated and doing everything that they can to keep the swelling down and deal with the pain management. But my guess is the very next day, I don't think he was doing much but resting that ankle. Maybe even for a couple of days. And then they'll work on, my guess is a more aggressive approach, which is what I would guess that Julie Freimeyer did in order to get his ankle ready for the AFC Championship game that they just won against the Cincinnati Bengals. So I'm going to say he's probably going to be right around 85% by the time he plays that game. How I got that number, fantasy doctors put him right around 65% before. Take about 3 weeks to get to 100%. Re-injures his ankle, so I'm putting it back at a 3 week. And so that's assuming that it was re-injured to a similar extent that it was before and not worse. So a 3 week to get him back to 100%, and he's got 2 to get there, so it's roughly 66% of that percentage. So add 22%, or 87% that he'll be at. He's not. I don't think he's going to be at 100, but he will be able to move a little bit. I don't think he'll be able to move side to side. I think he'll be a pocket passer, without as much escapability as he's had in the past. He's a gamer too, so he will put everything into it. I'm not saying he's going to end his career in order to win the Super Bowl, but he will give it his all and possibly, want to risk even more injury to win a Super Bowl. But that's where a lot of the team doctors come in and they say, no, we can't have you end your career for this. But we're not at that point. So I think he's going to play. I'm going to say almost guaranteed he's going to play. Will he be at 100%? Probably not. But that is our show today. So signing out, Fantasy Football Plug. Y'all have a good night. Peace.